Verse 5. But the king said to the astrologers, oh, I'm sorry, let's go back to verse 4. The astrologers answered the king in Aramaic, long live the king, tell us the dream and we will tell you what it means. Verse 5. The king said to the astrologers, I'm serious about this. If you don't tell me what my dream was and what it means, I will have you torn from limb to limb, and your houses will be turned into heaps of rubble. That's a very nice way. In other translations, what he's saying is, I will have you dismembered, and your homes will be turned into heaps of dung. Okay, very bad. But if you tell me the dream, or tell you what I dreamed, and tell me what the dream means, I will give you many wonderful gifts and honors. Just tell me the dream and what it means. Verse 7. They, the astrologers, they said again, please, your majesty, tell us the dream, and we will tell you what it means. Verse 8. The king replied, I know what you're doing. You're stalling for time because you know I'm serious when I say, if you don't tell me the dream, you're doomed. You have conspired. You have all conspired to tell me lies, hoping I will change my mind. But tell me the dream, and then I will know that you can tell me what it means. Okay. Once again, this is out of order. Usually the kings would tell their dream, the astrologers would interpret. Okay. Verse 10, the astrologers replied to the king. This is key here. No one on earth can tell the king his dream. Mark that. No one on earth. No king, however great and powerful, has ever asked such a thing of a magician, enchanter, and astrologer. This means the kings before you, like Nebuchadnezzar, your dad, Nabopolassar. He never asked for this, right? 11, verse 11. The king's demand is impossible. This is the setup. We're being set up as readers here. We're being moved to the edge of our seats here. Here it is. No one except the gods can tell you your dream, and they don't live here among humans, among people. Okay. The king was furious when he heard this, and he ordered that all wise men of Babylon be executed. And because of the king's decree, men were sent out to find Daniel and his companions. Okay, this is Act 1, so the tension is rising. Okay, I hope you were able to see this literary hook, right? No one can interpret this, right? Only the gods, only God could do this, and the gods don't reside on earth. By the way, this is, of course, a deistic position. It's a deistic view, okay? God's absent. Now, let's read here. King was furious. He gives the decree. Verse 14, the opening of Act 2. When Arioch, the commander of the king's guard, came to kill them, Daniel handled the situation with wisdom and discretion. He asked Arioch, why has the king issued such a harsh command or decree? So Arioch told him all that had happened, and Daniel went at once to see the king and requested more time to tell the king what the dream meant. Okay. Notice here in these verses, Daniel, the pose, the resolve, the tranquility. He's really, the scripture says, handled the situation with wisdom and discretion. Okay? That's interesting, right? That's interesting. Being able, in the thick of things. Remember, Daniel's facing execution now at this point. Daniel and his friends are facing execution. And what calmness, what wisdom, and what discretion. Let's move on. Verse 17. Daniel went home, told his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, and he told them what happened. Daniel now, verse 18. He urged them to ask the God of heaven. That's a title Daniel uses for God. The God of heaven, keep that in mind, to show them his mercy by telling them the secret, so that they will not be executed along with the other wise men of Babylon. Talking point. Daniel is facing execution. This is really bad. This is a continuation of chapter 1. How bad can things get? They're getting bad. They're getting worse, right? Maybe you're echoing that. Why is this happening? Daniel prays. He prays. He gives the Lord room to resolve the situation, but it's through prayer. The way Daniel gives Yahweh room to resolve the problem is, again, through prayer. That night, here's the result. 19. That night, the secret was revealed, to Daniel in a vision. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven. There's that term again. And he said, this is now the poetic part of Daniel chapter 2. Praise the name of God forever and ever. He has all wisdom and power. He controls world events. He removes kings and sets other kings up. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the scholars. He reveals deep mysteries. He knows he knows what lies hidden in darkness, though he is surrounded by light. I thank and praise you, the God of my ancestors, for you've given me wisdom, strength, and you have told me what I've asked of you. You've revealed to us what the king demanded. Then Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had ordered to execute the wise men. Daniel told him, don't kill the wise men. Take me to the king, and I will tell him the meaning of the dream. Okay. Once again, let's wrap this up. In this part of Daniel chapter 2 is structured in what's called a chiasm. It's an envelope structure. And at the very heart of this chiasm is this beautiful Hebrew poem, prayer, and the heart of it is verse 20, 21, 22, and 23. It's all right there. And these, again, are themes that I think, if you find yourself in a situation like, God, where are you? God, why is this happening? This is a reversal I didn't count on. I didn't sign up for this. And Yahweh then speaks through the prayer, again, Daniel, and we can be encouraged. One, Yahweh controls the world events. Yahweh is sovereign. He removes kings and he puts other kings up. It's Yahweh who reveals mysteries. And once again, I said in the previous verses there, we were being set up. Right? The magicians, the astrologers said, no one can answer what the dream or find out what the dream is. The gods don't reside on the gods. They're not here with us. They're not here with humans. Daniel's refutation. God is speaking and saying, yes, I'm still here. I've not left. I am sovereign. Chapter 1, verse 2, verse 19, verse 17, chapter 2, verse 20, 21, so forth. Yahweh is sovereign. And Yahweh has not forgot us. He's not forgot you. And he is sovereign and in control. Okay, we'll continue. More to follow. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless.